The William H.G. Fitzgerald Tennis Center in Washington, D.C. The hard courts are gleaming under the lights. The crowd is packed. The final is set. And a 21-year-old from Quezon City is about to play the biggest match of her life. Jessica Pegula, the world number 3, the top seed. The player who has won this tournament before. The player who is chasing her 3rd title of the season, and Alexandra Eala, the 21-year-old Filipina sensation. The first Filipino to reach a WTA 500 final. The player who has already beaten Jing Qinwen, Leylah Fernandez, Alina Svitolina, and Naomi Osaka in a single tournament. 6-4, 1-2. That's where the match stands. Pegula leads by a set and a break. Eala is fighting back, but then the skies open. Thunder, lightning, torrential rain. The players are forced off the court. The crowd is sent scrambling for cover. The match is suspended. 3:57 and 43 seconds p.m. The exact moment play was halted. Hours pass. The fans wait. The players wait. The organizers wait. 8:09:06 p.m. The decision is finally made. The final is postponed. The thousands of fans who packed the stadium are left with empty hands. Sunday tickets will be honored for Monday's finals, the organizers announce. But that's not all. They are also offering 1,000 additional tickets to fans who want to watch the rescheduled match. The stadium will be packed again. The atmosphere will be electric, and the revenue will be massive. This is the story of that moment. This is the story of how the DC Open final suspension brought millions of dollars in extra revenue and thousands of fans left without tickets. Let's begin. The women's final was originally scheduled to begin at 12 p.m. local time on Sunday, August 2nd, 2026. The anticipation was palpable. Eala, ranked number 28 in the world, had already made history by becoming the first Filipino to reach a WTA 500 final. She had beaten 4 top-tier opponents in Washington, including 4-time Grand Slam champion Naomi Osaka. But the weather had other plans. The start of the match was delayed by 3 hours due to scattered thunderstorms. The players finally took the court at approximately 3 p.m. When they did, the action was electric. Pegula, the world number 3 and top seed, won the first set 6-4, converting 2 of 3 break points to take control. But Eala fought back, taking the first game of the second set and building a 2-1 lead. She was winning 80% of her first serve points. The momentum was shifting, then the rain returned. 3:57 and 43 seconds p.m. Play was suspended once again. The players left the court. The crowd scattered. The grounds crew attempted to dry the court, but the rain kept coming. The spitting rain turned to a light drizzle before intensifying, one report noted. The conditions were unplayable. Hours passed. The fans waited. The players waited. The organizers waited. 8:09:06 p.m. The decision was finally made. The final was officially postponed. The men's final between Fritz and Rafael Jodar was also postponed if the day's play was over. But the drama was just beginning. The suspension left thousands of fans in limbo. They had packed the stadium, braved the heat and humidity, and waited hours for the match to begin. Now, they were left with nothing. The organizers moved quickly to address the situation. Sunday tickets would be honored for Monday's finals. Fans who had purchased tickets for Sunday would be able to use them for the rescheduled matches. But that wasn't enough. The tournament announced that an additional 1,000 tickets would be made available for fans who wanted to watch the finals on Monday. The first 1,000 walk-in fans would receive upper bowl admission. VIP lounge access will be open to all fans serving food and beverage, the organizers announced. The tournament was going all out to create the best atmosphere possible. The response was overwhelming. Thousands of fans showed up on Monday, eager to witness the conclusion of the biggest match of the tournament. The stadium was packed. The atmosphere was electric. The revenue was massive. The prospect of a Monday final is slightly complicated for the DC Open, which deals with weather delays nearly every year, one report noted. But the tournament had turned a potential disaster into an opportunity. The extra day of play brought in millions of dollars in additional revenue. Ticket sales, concessions, merchandise, all of it contributed to a windfall that the tournament had not anticipated. It's a good problem to have, one analyst said. The demand is there. The fans are there. The revenue is there. The rescheduled final was set for Monday, August 3rd, 2026, at 12 p.m. local time. The men's final was scheduled to follow, not before 1 p.m. The stage was set for one of the most dramatic finals in tournament history. Pegula, the top seed, was chasing her third title of the season. Eala, the 21-year-old Filipina sensation, was chasing her first WTA Tour title. The match resumed with Pegula leading 6-4, 1-2. Eala would be serving when play resumed if the stakes couldn't be higher. A victory for Eala would give her her first WTA Tour title, a career-high ranking, and a prize of $252,000, approximately $15.4 million. A victory for Pegula would give her her 12th career title and her second Washington crown, but regardless of the outcome, the tournament had already won. The suspension had brought in millions of dollars in extra revenue. The fans had shown up in droves. The atmosphere was electric. It was a difficult decision for me, of course. Eala had said about her own preparation for the final. But I'm ready. The rain delay was a challenge for players and fans alike. But for the tournament, it was a windfall. The extra day of play meant additional ticket sales. Fans who had missed out on Sunday tickets now had a chance to attend on Monday. The 1,000 additional tickets sold out within hours. The VIP lounge was packed. The concession stands were overwhelmed. It's a huge opportunity for the tournament, one analyst noted. The extra revenue came at a time when the tournament needed it most. The DC Open is a late summer tournament in the Mid-Atlantic, a region prone to thunderstorms. Weather delays are common, but they rarely affect the finals. Summer storms rarely affect the final in Washington, one report noted. But this year was different. The final was suspended, and the tournament capitalized on the opportunity. The demand is there, the analyst said. The fans are there. The revenue is there. It's a good problem to have. The DC Open final suspension was not just a moment. It was a lesson in resilience, a lesson in opportunity, a lesson in the power of sports to bring people together. Alexandra Eala had already made history by becoming the first Filipino to reach a WTA 500 final. She had beaten 4 top-tier opponents in Washington. She had won the hearts of millions. But the suspension of the final added another chapter to her story. It showed that even the most promising moments can be interrupted. Even the most determined athletes can be stopped by forces beyond their control. Yet, she didn't give up. She waited. She prepared. She believed. I'm ready, she had said. The rescheduled final was not just a match. It was a testament to the power of perseverance. A reminder that even when things don't go as planned, there is always another chance. The DC Open final suspension had brought millions of dollars in extra revenue and thousands of fans left without tickets. But it had also brought something more important, a story that will be remembered for generations. And that, my friends, is how a weather delay turned a tennis final into a revenue bonanza and thousands of fans left without tickets. The DC Open final was suspended. The fans waited. The players waited. The organizers scrambled. And in the end, the tournament won. Millions of dollars in extra revenue. Thousands of fans packing the stadium. A showdown that will be remembered for generations. This is the rise of a phenomenon. This is the rewriting of tennis history. And trust me, this is only the beginning.